Hello everyone. Today I will be reading The Coyote and the Rabbit. It is from the Nursery Tales Around the World, selected and retold by Judy Sierra and illustrated by Stefano Vitale. This really spoke to me because I thought it was really funny when I read this to my students. I was subbing in a classroom for a teacher one day, and I thought about pulling out some of my books, and I just so happened to turn to The Coyote and a Rabbit, and I read it to my children, and they absolutely loved it. This was several weeks ago before I knew we was going to have to do a video on it, and I haven't been in a classroom because I've been traveling for work. So I'm going to read you this story in hopes that it brings you some laughter the same way that it brought the classroom. A cottontail rabbit was sitting inside the door of his house one day when along came a hungry coyote. "What are you thinking, little friend?" the coyote asked the rabbit. "I've just been wondering why some animals have large tails like you and others have practically no tail at all. Doesn't your long tail slow you down when you run?" "Not at all," answered the coyote. "I can run faster than any other animal. No one has ever beaten me in a race." "Perhaps you would like to race me then," said the rabbit. "Yes, indeed," answered the coyote. "Let us race to the four corners of the world. The winner of the race shall eat the loser." The rabbit agreed. "In 4 days we shall run," he said. The coyote went home happily, thinking about the tasty rabbit dinner. The cottontail quickly sent for all of his relatives from the four corners of the world. Together, they made a plan. When the 4th day came, the coyote appeared at the door at the rabbit's house. "Friend, why should we run and tire ourselves out? Let's just eat you now." "No," said the rabbit. "Let us race to the four corners of the world. I will race underground, of course, for I can run faster that way." The two runners stood side by side, and then off they ran. The coyote across the mesa and the rabbit down into his burrow. The coyote ran east for many days and saw nothing of the cottontail. But just as he came to the eastern edge of the world, up jumped the rabbit from the hole in the ground. "So, friend Coyote, we've arrived at the same time," cried the rabbit, "and we've dived into the hole, kicking dirt into the air." "Ha!" cried the coyote. "I wish I could run underground like that, for it seems to be very easy." He did not know that this was his uncle of the cottontail, who he had spoken to. The coyote ran harder, and after many days he came to the northern edge of the world. As he was about to turn to the west, up sprung a rabbit from the hole just in front of him. "Ha!" shouted the rabbit. "I'm still ahead of you." The rabbit disappeared down into the hole, kicking dirt into the face of the coyote. The coyote sped toward the west, but when he reached the western edge of the world, up popped the cottontail. Slowpoke, slowpoke," the rabbit taunted him. The coyote turned and ran even harder, but when he reached the south, what did he see? Poking out of a hole in the ground was the head of a rabbit. "I've been waiting for you," the cottontail said. This was a cousin of the first rabbit. The coyote half ran and half limped back to the starting point of the race, where the cottontail rabbit was waiting for him, looking calm and refreshed. "Now, it is clear," said the rabbit, "that short tails are better for running than long tails. And even though you are tough, come here and I will eat you." The coyote turned and ran as fast as he could, and as fast as he could, with his tail tucked firmly between his legs. Meanwhile, the cottontail and all of his relatives had a good laugh at the trick that they had played on the coyote. When my preschool classroom heard this story, the kids just laughed and laughed. I thought it was great that the coyote did not win because he felt so confident that he was the fastest animal in the world. The rabbit played a great trick on him. Yes, he did cheat, but it was a great trick. This story was definitely one of the best stories that I have read in this book. Hope you enjoy.